John.
Graham, one of the fun things about living in Hollywood, where I, of course, used to live, is getting to interview movie stars and, of course, entertainers. Most were an absolute joy, but I did have problems with one fellow, a nasty little individual called Iggy Pop. Iggy is touring Australia at the moment, yes, and is definitely king of the punks. He's into self-mutilation and worse, into exposing himself.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I hate people who do that. Oh, is that loathsome, common and vulgar?
Let's get him on the show.
Oh, that is disgusting.
And you know something? When I suggested to him that his act was less than tasteful, he didn't enjoy it one little bit.
Swine.
Play tag in the auto graveyard.
Not all punk rockers fade away. They don't necessarily turn middle of the road or jazz either. Some just disappear and turn up years later on a comeback tour, just as angry as they ever were. Case in point, Iggy Pop. What happened to Iggy Pop? He was once so big, and then we didn't hear from him anymore. Where was he hiding?
Drink and drugs caught up with me, and sort of destroyed my nervous system, and I just didn't, I didn't want to hang out for a few years, so I just went off by myself, sort things out, you know.
You punked yourself out?
Well, I think that's a pretty stupid way to put it. I just had a couple problems. I had to work them out.
Now, you did some pretty violent things on stage.
Yeah, but
In fact, you could even tell me about a few of them.
A lot of the things I did on stage were later echoed by all sorts of bands. You just didn't read about it in the paper. Whether I'm falling down along the way, or whether I'm cutting myself along the way, or whether I bend over now and puke all over your shirt, man. You know, I'll just do what it takes to try to find my own way. If you can't dig that, you know, well then, you got a bigger problem than I do, I reckon. You know, I don't really, well, I don't need some little guy giving me punked out. What is it, you punked out? What is that, you know?
Well, that was a question, that's all that was.
Well, I think it was ill-considered.
It offended you?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I told you that I'd had a problem with
that's what I was getting to.
Drinking and drugs, and
that's what I was getting to.
You punked out. There are people. I think your prime minister had a problem with drinking, didn't he?
Sure he did.
Would you have told him he punked out?
Well,
I don't think so.
But see, what I was...
You know something? I'm a lot cleverer bloke than you are, so don't call me a punk.
No.
Don't call me names.
On duty, Iggy Pop is electric. He doesn't exactly dance like Fred Astaire, and he's been known to belly flop into crowds and expose himself. Are you still bad boy antics?
Well, again, antics is another ill-chosen word. I'm a great performer.
Okay, well...
No, you hold on. You hold on.
No, forgive me. I don't want to use the wrong words. Correct me. What word?
I work hard to give a good performance for the people I work for, who are the public. I work my butt off.
He's a lot like John McEnroe, Pat Cash, and the Ayatollah Khomeini all rolled into one. It's strange because I'm told he comes from a very nice family. In fact, I know because I've met his mother, Mrs. Pop, and his father, Pop. Still to come, the couple who like to pretend they're playing upstairs.